Продолжаем. На челе, на расслабоне. Снова большой перерыв. Вспоминаем. У нас есть очко навыка. Угу. Ладно. Выливаемся пока так. Помню, тут поплакали. Надо будет проверить палатку. Куртка алкаша. Итак, хотя, что такое? Повеселее. Детвора бухала.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Смотрит там где-то щелочки.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Спасибо. Да вполне место есть. Ну и вайп. Нифига музон.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets.
Hardcore!
Хардкор.
It's
Уверен?
hardcore!
Да.
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
Нифига он. Скутера.
Hot training did not prepare you for this. What to do? Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Как отсюда свалить?
Go speak to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
Дэвид Боуи какой-то. А что, если я хочу сперва поговорить с
I
тобой?
suck at socialising, man. If you go speak to Andre, I'll have time to tune in, get a reading on your sign.
The
Ладно,
young
давай.
man picks up a thin metal saw blade and nods.
Какой-то Барт Симпсон.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Да уж, отряд неформалов. А девушка одна на улице работает.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Так, пока держимся на
This is my
расстоянии.
posse. Noid.
The
Пассы.
young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg! Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Да, вы чем тут
You
занимаетесь?
see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
Положительный,
I
алло.
apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Угу. Вы наркоманы вообще, блин. Нужна помощь.
Oh,
so you've met her. Good, good. Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Хороший спектакль ломать. Говори прямо о
I'm
чем
talking
ты.
about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Ну не знаю, я и сам своего рода торчок. Я не потерплю здесь таких наркоманьяков только через мой труп. У меня создается ощущение, что ты немного сгущаешь краски. Чем тебе так не угодили эти торчки и окурки?
They're spooky.
Жуткие.
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Да, конечно.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
И заберет их с собой.
People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Сынок, у полиции сейчас есть дела и поважнее. Нас Ким представляет какое-то убийство расследовать. Ну что ж, расскажи подробнее.
Right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Так что там с церковью? Я пока не был
I
внутри.
asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
Никого не пускать внутрь, а тех, кто внутри, запереть?
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
Да, и долго эти люди сидят там
Not
заперти?
long. Like a week, maybe?
Блин, говно там все едят. Как ты можешь быть уверен в том, что они не умерли с голоду?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Да, 85 вполне себе неплохо.
Exactly. That's exactly what we thought.
Бывает.
Cage of the Rage! Rough Blaze! Egg means the situation is monitored. It's relatively safe. No one has died yet.
Где
Of
ключ?
course. Noid, give the officer the key.
Alright.
Спидпанк роется в прикрепленном к ремню мешочке и достает желтый ключ. Внезапно он решает сделать что-то крутое и небрежным жестом бросает его в твоем направлении. Будь крутым копом, поймай ключ на лету. Или позволить ключу упасть на пол, а потом поднять его, как нормальный взрослый человек. Не, мы крутые копы.
You sense the trajectory
Fuck yeah.
of a piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left. Ka-ching!
Хоба.
The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly. The speed freak nods to you. A
Йоу.
respectful nod. You proved something here.
Так, еще вопросы?
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Кого вы, собственно, там заперли?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
Никто не знает, ага. Вы даже не видели.
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
Так, становится
One
интереснее.
of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
О, да.
Andre,
Бля.
tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
Да вы просто обдолбались.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
Not exactly.
Turkey.
We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Давай подробнее про
You should
аппаратуру.
talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
Ужас. Так,
Sure.
сменим
What?
тему. Это мне не интересно. Ты говорил, что эта церковь принадлежит каким-то церковникам. Кто они
Oh yeah,
такие?
that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you
What?
don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Давай, Андре, расскажи про партию основателей. Мне интересно послушать, что ты
Come
скажешь.
to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
Мгм. И мы пошли против них.
Yes?
Так, ну
As
пофиг.
always, we'll be right here, waiting.
Очень, конечно, интересно. Хм.
Yes?
Я заметил, что ты за мной ходишь. Ладно, и погнали. Что у нас в журнале? Вот. Ой, так, Асель.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us?
Корешами.
With the church, I mean.
Так, пока не знаю.
Shoot.
Да ладно. Вот это местечко. Че это? С этой стороны не пройти. Мгм. Посмотрим в окошко. Пыльные скамьи. Деньги. Алтарь. Да ё-моё. Пытаемся войти.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Изучаем узоры.
Carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The doors remain unchanged, closed with a padlock. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're
Смотри.
pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but What the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and there is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
Спросим
He
Тима.
takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. For Revachol aussi, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
Согласен, она очень современная.
That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
Да. Попробовать оторвать наклейку, не порвав ее.
Your hands are
Зачем?
clammy from the sea air. The piece of sticker keeps slipping away.
Сучара.
That hurt. The lieutenant looks up at the roof of the church, ignoring your little tantrum. The padlock hits the wood like a knocker.
Да
With a
ё-моё.
resounding thud, your cold hand hurts from the impact. Congratulations.
Так, я хочу сначала взять в руку что-нибудь. Давай, монтировка. Будем, если что, отбиваться. А теперь открываем.
Heavy wooden door. The lock turns easily. You hear it.
Let's go.
A
Let's
great
go.
whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Йоу. Красиво. Спокойствие. Неспешно осмотримся. Гротескная деревянная фигура. Окей. Что ж тут делали-то, ё-моё?
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe
Ё-моё.
if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent. And then it's gone. Almost all of it, but for the faintest of hums. You can hardly hear your own breathing. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow. Your
Покричи.
voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
Ким,
The
помогай.
lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Да, почти ничего. И это меня начинает
The
пугать.
church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Да еще бы. Я
Maybe the
тоже.
church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Да, реально, если это паранатуральное.
Please, detective, not this again.
He's trying to act dismissive, but at this particular moment, he's more open than usual to the idea of paranatural phenomena. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Высокая церковь.
The silence, the darkness, they've enveloped you as in a cocoon. You cannot move anymore. Relax. It'll be okay.
Ну ладно. Of course.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin.
На что похожа темнота?
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork. The sense of a great height.
Окей. Бля.
You see something hanging from the
Ядрён
rafters,
бетон.
looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Что за жесть?
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently.
Промолчи.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Так, what the fuck?
I'm here to receive the mother's love. You can too, Holmes. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of that despair at the bottom of that bottle.
Любовь матери. Угу.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
Да, восприятие реальности нормальным человеком.
Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Ой, да не то чтобы небольшая проблема, это пипец какая проблема. Однако.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Ну, зашибись. Он еще аннотации будет мне читать. Так, как узнать, кто это вообще такой и, блин, что он там делает? Так, откуда ты знаешь, что я чувствую?
I was like you once, just dragging my feet to the next bottle. Shit was dark, Holmes.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Знаешь что? Вообще-то алкоголь составляет основу моей личности. Если бы я не пил, это был бы уже не я. Да. Так. Ну, подыграем.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
Матерь тишины.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? Whatever it is, he's quite confident about it. Just look how gracefully he sways. 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Нифига себе речь. Жалко, что это не видно в русском переводе. Это прям вообще кайф звучало. Откуда ты взялся? О, ты не знаешь, где здесь другой жутик? Откуда ты
Up
взялся?
there, Holmes.
Ты вообще человек?
I am. At least in part, Holmes. Until the mother's love burns away the cruel distinctions of the body.
Ты не похож на местного.
Haven't you ever met a Mex before? Cabron. Surprising number of us around Rabbit Shop. You know, I'm not so sure myself anymore. Don't really matter though.
Чувачок сбежал из картеля, где был безлимитный доступ к существам. К веществам, блин, существам. Ты боядейро?
A boyadero? No, Holmes. I don't go in for that kind of thing. It's all about surrendering to the mother now.
Ну, это, конечно, какая-то шняга, но мне его вайб больше нравится, чем тех вот этих вот торчков. Что ж, по крайней мере, ты человек. И то хорошо.
Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First timers are always nervous.
Ладно.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Спросим про этих рейверов, торчков.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
А им стоит бояться?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Теперь никому не причиняешь вреда. А раньше? Полагаю, ты не станешь препятствовать молодежи, которая решила заняться бизнесом?
Wouldn't bother me none to have them spin music in here. I'm usually way up there, imbibing.
Преисполняюсь.
Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Ну, то есть, в принципе, и тем, и другим можно угодить. Почему бы и нет?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there.
Воу.
A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration.
Нихера себе. Прокол в реальности, что ли? Как музыку это может бафнуть у тех утырков, торчков?
I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Охренеть. Расскажи про матерь тишины.
Oh, that's no simple question, Essay.
Ясно.
She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
Таинственно. Что произойдет, когда ты припадешь к проколу?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
Блин, глубоко.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
Заменяешь один наркотик другим. Так, ну ладно. Надеюсь, мы этим не оскорбим его.
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Окей,
Too
не
gleeful
мешаем тебе.
those words. He is lying. Not to you. To his very own self.
Я вовсе не осуждаю. У меня у самого проблемы с наркотиками. Так. Сойдемся на том, что мы поддерживаемся разных взглядов. О, прости, это было не тактично с моей стороны.
No worries, man. I know this
Да.
shit takes time.
Аккуратненько идем. Что ты делаешь в церкви?
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Ва, пение это хорошо.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. You may be thinking, but fire crackles.
Да фак.
No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadow.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Верить ему, не верить.
The eater is grandma.
What? А, какая-то женщина там, по словам утырков, заходила-уходила. То есть в церкви действительно живет кто-то еще? Это бабушка.
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
То есть тут кто-то все-таки бывает.
That's what I said, Holmes. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
Прикольно.
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or...
Or Search through her radio computer.
Сейчас настроим хакинг. Жопа.
Wow, you work hard.
Реально?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide. Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that. Oh, you do. You make money. You got gills, baby. Meaning those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're sure. And has it been easy? Are you rich? That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Boo-hoo. The system is broken. The establishment is keeping me down. That's not the fuck yeah attitude you're used to. Because of the taxes, G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze. Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gotham estate that is Revachol? Every time you wipe your 98% of all your money. Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real.
Ладно, у нас там есть еще какие-то варианты. Белый траур. Ну, типа, чё? Так, попробуем усвоить. Я забыл, как это работает. Давай, налогообложение. Хоть этот разговор вообще какой-то ни о чем. Я люблю такое. Разбившийся витраж. Это шарф? Болевой порог, ничего себе. Так, шарф на шее. Угу. А у нас плюс 2 драма. Болевой порог. Гангстеры не платят. Да. Все строят по себе гангстера, пока не заплачут. Паук. Ботинки. Или что это? Ядрён батон. Красные башняки мискийского гангстера. Это реально чувак из картеля. Чего он тут забыл? Эмпатия. А у нас самообладание. Будем гангстерами. Смотри, какие красивые. Да ё-моё. Денежки. Фига, рубль 50. Нормас. Так, а это тот самый компьютер. Записывают тишину.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands. For the woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile. She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
Жизнь невыносима.
As that great and desperate thought passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross
Нихера
from
себе.
shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Откуда я знаю, что это мать гуманизма? Восстановить витраж. Нифига себе.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Delorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Нифига себе. Продолжай.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Besetsa, they call them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials.
300 лет назад. И так сохранилось.
We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? A pang of guilt? The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Да уж, не будем приставать. Каким
Cold
профессионалом.
air seeps in through the crack in the glass. The woman is keeping her colorful eye on both of you.
Попробуем.
A jigsaw
Wow,
of broken
wow.
shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger
Нифига
one,
себе. Какой-то Саурон
and
там.
a text, a light motif below them both.
Так, это мы в голове все восстановили или что? Почему эта мозаика разбилась?
Unknown.
Да какой-то пидорас тут что-нибудь сделал. Кто-то женщина постарше.
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
Ничего себе.
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Окей.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again.
Юдарить.
This exaltation is common in Delorean sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Почему перестали?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing. Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Не, да, старый вариант прикольный.
So do I.
The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
Все-таки это было в голове. Ну ладно. Спрашивать, не спрашивать. Ну, ладно. Аккуратный вопрос.
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are Delorean in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The Delorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
58. Нормально.
It's a mystery.
Лоу.
A mystery sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. All you know is,
Бра.
this is the young mother of humanity. and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad, worry-worn look.
Так, ну это точно не матерь тишины. Взломанка. Ух ты.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Да, проклятая торговая зона.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
A quaint little box of radio waves.
Так, ну, попробуем.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses.
Так,
You're free to proceed.
не прикасаюсь. Заглянем.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Давай начнем с печати.
Nothing happens.
Вот гад. Ну, была не была.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon.
Oh,
Votre
здорово.
accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you
Da,
spoke
da, da.
with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Fortress Accident. Так. Ивона, здорово.
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Так. Допустим.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Да я к тебе, Лёх.
Let's look around. There's no use. Maybe he knows something.
Received. I was Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you to... Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard.
Так. Тяга. Ты еще не убежал? Не убежал. Помогай нам давай. Бесполезно.
Oh, hey, Wayne. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love. Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Так. Говорим прямо и честно.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la Nilita pequeña. When I think we're done here, essay.
Спасибо.
That was However, I'm still not sure how it's.
Ну да. Суем нос не в свои дела. За жизнь и смерть. Блин.
The machine's keyboard, the speaker comes.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Saint-Brune. This good. Please repeat the password.
За жизнью смерть.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress
Спасибо.
accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brune, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghilaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
Спасибо, Ивана.
Goodbye,
Да.
Fortress.
The machine's keyboard, the printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
Интересно.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Читаем дальше.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced. 8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked.
Fucked.
I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Чего?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
Ладно, читаем далее.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
Возможно, эта девушка приходит сюда в 8 утра.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder.
Угу.
Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Возможно, чей-то автомобиль в реку там полетел. Какие-нибудь подводные провода перебил.
25th of February,
Фига
51.
скачок.
I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
Прикольно, прикольно.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
Да, ну что это может быть такое?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Капец, заинтересовали.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
Угу.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to
Whoa.
access the radio computer in
Нифига себе.
our office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse.
Типичная
How
детективница.
Martinez of her.
Это про меня. Это я пытался взломать тот радиокомпьютер. Близанцы, да.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
Ким, успокойся.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles, crackers, ping energy drinks, water, toothpaste, gum, also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound
Whoa.
of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Так. Солоно.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
Мы не просто взламываем его. Я пытаюсь раскрыть загадочную тайну, найти свою потерянную личность.
You won't find any answers from here.
Так.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
2 секунды.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted.
Обязательно.
What is it?
Возможно, мы с ней как-нибудь разговоримся. Скажем, что мы можем пройти там в ту проклятую торговую зону. Может быть, эту сущность увидим. Так, что вы хотели? Я же ничего не сломал, правда?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Послушайте, а вы совершенно случайно не ведущая программистка покинутого мира Виррала?
Yes. Or no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Да, I'm sorry. Кто вы?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Вы видели человека, который живет сверху, на стропилах крыши?
Nope. Yes.
Окей. А вот он вас видел.
And?
Пожалуй, это действительно не имеет значения.
No. You're right. I'm not.
Так, а что вы тут делаете?
You really like those questions, don't you?
Да, задавать вопросы – моя работа.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Йоу.
Wait, what?
Really?
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Прореха в нашем мире. А что это вообще значит?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
Ничего себе.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
Классно, что захватил ее. Да.
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
Минуточку. То есть мы живем в мире, в котором есть прореха? Я не понимаю даже, как можно разговаривать о том, чего не существует. И уж тем более, как измерять это. Фух, да.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
Эта прореха связана с потерей данных, о которой говорилось в вашем журнале. Так, про матерь тишины нет ничего. А то мы можем с этим помочь. Какая-то наркота у нас есть с собой. Так.
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
5 сек. Еще 5 сек.
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Так.
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Strange things may flourish in the dark.
There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow, and the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
1+1.
I know.
Человек-краб. Чего? Вы же не думаете, что человек-краб может быть в этом как-то замешан?
No, I don't.
Да.
Great. Thanks.
Так. Так. Прореха.
The Swallow, you mean?
Да.
Great. Thanks.
Что вы думаете по поводу аннодной танцевальной музыки?
What? I hate it.
Вот? Блин. Ну, тут Диего не против, а Солома явно против.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Ну как, наш там ее как раз таки это вычищала. Да я тоже вообще-то. Эта музыка не находит никакого отклика здесь. Не то, что диско.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Понятненько.
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
А что же тогда?
Take a guess, why don't you?
Притон. Контактный зоопарк. Да. Общественное пространство для помощи пожилым людям.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Мы ничего не трогаем.
I use the AR1 as my RAIN prefect's processing unit.
What?
RAIN prefect. My radio computer. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Нет, ничего не знаю.
Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna. I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
Прикольно. Так, ну зачем? Мы знаем, что у нас что... Да, реально. Чаша с водой.
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay?
Даже не думали, все ок.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Great.
Да, в принципе, да. Интересная тема, прям интересно. Что у нас тут нового? Что-то обновилось. А, готово. Окейшки. Так, что мы имеем? Церковь не так проста. Не так проста, как я видел на первый взгляд. Я думал, тут какие-то утырки, торчки и прочее давно. А утырки и торчки — это те самые композиторы аннодной музыки. Ладно, ладно. Монтировку можно убрать. Тут вполне себе интеллигентный человек.